guys, but it looks like we finally got everyone into the server, so we kick off the second best of 3 on the other side of the bracket for the day. The summer iBUYPOWER Invitational Elevate versus KEYD Stars. Our map number 1 will be Inferno with Train, the pick of Elevate, and that random map being Dust 2. That'll be the full best of 3 if we see it. And here we are into the pistol. Gex, take it away.
Alrighty, here we go. Elevate starting off on the CT side. KEYD Stars will be getting their start over on the T side. We'll see what they can bring to the table. Of course, very CT-sided this is, so maybe KEYD can come out with a good start, but Roca says no to that, taking out ZQK to get things rolling. A nice headshot from his USP, and it looks like the B push is coming through from KEYD here, trying to get some entrance. They do have that smoke on the cross, but oh goodness, that's going to be some big picks coming through already. Storm picking up 2 with his P2K. Professor Chaos will finish that one off, so Elevate getting the big start there with 1-0 on that pistol.
Yeah, locking it down. Nice 2K for Storm, as you mentioned. Well, looking forward to this match. Looks like Elevate off to a good start. We'll see if KEYD can put up anything in round number 2. We will see them get a bit forceful. It seems like they've got an idea of something they want to do. I mean, look at this. Set strategy, right? Like 4 Molotovs right out of the gate on the round. They've got something planned. Let's see where they want to use these.
A couple down banana right now. Sorry, I'm getting some Steam PMs here. We got a couple for KEYD Stars down towards banana. A couple inside of the mid. Kind of a default strat. Of course, they are on the save, so not really too much for them to work with here. Just some P250s and Tech 9. Fur has that Tech 9 and just spamming really through the smokes right now. Elevate was pushed up at banana, but they backed themselves off just in case a big rush came through. But it looks like the rush will be coming at some point, or at least something towards that B site as KEYD is lining up for yet again, another B-site push here. 50 seconds left on the round. Roca's ready on this nade here. He's getting ready for it.
Yeah, nice pop flash if they do happen to go into the site. But, I mean, we saw these Molotovs. You would expect one to land where Roca is right now, and that would force him out of this position. And, ooh.
Okay. Nice try, Roca.
Flash his teammate. Pop flash is trying to retreat out through those Molotovs, but boltz will get him with that fire kill. Fire over to dark as well. Well, it's lit up now, and that'll let ZQK find that shot onto XP3. Well, those names just rolled off the tongue. Now we've got a 4-on-3 coming in and steal. Beautiful shot.
This is going to be a 2-on-4 now. It's Storm and Professor Chaos that have to try and retake this bomb site. They have the weaponry, but so does KEYD. They got the weapon pickups after those frags that they got, and I don't know if they can get this round here elevated. Not looking good for them. Storm goes down. Steel was able to find that one. Professor Chaos is going to get picked off as well, so Elevate getting ecoed on that second round there. Maybe a bit of a misstep from Elevate as Roca beefed on that flash, that pop flash, and flashed his teammate in the process, but we're looking at a 1-to-1 game now.
Yeah, I mean, that was sick, right? And that really goes to show why KEYD have picked this map. To lose that first round and have such a creative strategy like that, I mean, they held off. They didn't give up anything. There wasn't much CT aggression anyways, but they hold on. They keep their numbers up, and a beautiful stretch strategy into the B site with those Molotovs. And I mean, the Molotovs not only forcing people out of position, but actually killing one of the guys on Elevate. So just like that, they'll eco up. They win the round. And now Elevate are in a really difficult position. It'll probably be 3-1 by the time Elevate get guns in their hands again.
A costly misstep from Elevate here is, as you said, they probably will be down 3-1 before they can get these guns. So we'll see if maybe they can work a little bit of magic, but no firepower to do so. 3 P250s and a couple of just stock pistols here, P2K and the USP. So with a minute left in the round here, KEYD Stars getting lined up for a couple towards A few towards B as well. Kind of a split push coming through from them. So it's boltz is leading the charge into the site. Roca's inside of the fountain. He couldn't find that shot onto him. boltz couldn't, and he gets taken out. And Roca only got knocked down to 48 health as boltz kind of beefed on the shot there. So 5-on-4. Fallen's gotten himself into the arch side here, and he took down XP3. He's coming in as well, finding yet another frag, and that's 2 down for them. Fallen getting almost got a 3rd inside of library there. Professor Chaos was in there, got him down to 8 health. So 4-on-3 it is for KEYD Stars here, and ZQK is working his way in through B here, and Roca gets taken down. So now the bomb will be getting planted on that B site. Star's in good position to win this round here as Storm and Professor Chaos trying to rotate themselves around, but Professor Chaos only with 8 health remaining as he's inside of the CT spawn. I don't know if they're even going to bother. No, as just kind of sitting CT, seeing maybe if they can get some exit frags as these guys try to hunt them down. But regardless, KEYD will be going up 2-1 here.
Yeah, I wanted to take some time to highlight that Elevate is missing one of their better players, right? We do not have Rush coming in here, and it looks like we've got AKIS or Akis? I don't know, man. You got to bear with me. His name's Adam. We got Adam coming in as that player. I mean, he hasn't really played in CEVO. I mean, looking at his ESEA profile, he hasn't been on a team, I don't think. Let's see. Like, yeah, just his pug stats are actually pretty crazy. Looking at his league stats, I guess he subbed in for Elevate for one match over there as well on Overpass, where they took a win against Mousepass 16-11. So, like, that's really all the data we've got on this guy. Obviously, he's going to be a good player if Elevate's willing to put him in on a match like this. And, I mean, it's a 10K tournament, right? Single elimination. Every match counts. So, I don't know. I don't know if Rush is, you know, not with the team anymore, or if this is just a stand-in. Who knows? I won't speculate further, but KEYD starting off well. Another rifle round here, round 4.
I'm going to go with Akis, maybe, for it. If that sounds good to you. I am not exactly sure of the pronunciation there, but that's what I'm going to roll with, at least for now. But XP3 getting aggressive here. He did find one on the boltz, getting a second on the Fallen as well, but eventually ZQK comes to the rescue to finish his reign of terror there, but he did get a 2-for-1, so Storm inside of the apartments may be able to find one if Steel decides to push, but Fur getting that entry frag on the Roca on the B site, so now they do have B, but the bomb isn't over there, which may spell some trouble, but they're getting the rotates to come through. They could work the bomb A, possibly all 3 rotations from Elevator coming over to B, but the bomb is now getting its way up there, and KEYD, total control of the site right now, but no bomb to put down, and Elevate slowly working their way back in here. Motley's going to come over and shut them off on this construction side. Storm trying to gain entrance from the CT side as well, taking some damage in through the smoke there, but the bomb finally goes down on that B site here. Akis trying to work his way in from construction. Another from Elevate getting in from CT. They're getting good damage now. Can he find the frag? He does. Storm getting one as well. They all combine to pick up on the remaining 3 players from KEYD there, so that will be Elevate coming back with a round here to tie it up at 2-2.
Yeah, actually a little bit earlier than I would have expected as well, because in round 3 we do have 2 CTs that survive. I believe that one of them was able to get away with a rifle to kind of fuel the efforts going into that round. They buy up early and it pays off. Elevate will tie it right back up. 2-on-2 now, although KEYD not yet broken. We'll go back in for the AKs. They got full utility nades. They got that armor as well. And same story for Elevate, even AKs amongst them. 2 AKs, 2 M4s, and a FAMAS. Everyone with kits, so that's a good sign too, in case that bomb goes down again. As KEYD, I think they've almost planted it like every round. So
yeah, they've been working the plants in there. We'll see if see what they can do on this gun round here. Both teams loaded up on the rifles, so we'll see how they decide to play it. Seems favored towards this A side. Fur is inside of the apartments. He has that AK. He is going to find Storm to start things off. Jumps down in the pit. May get caught out by Professor Chaos, though. Oh, he whiffs on the shots, and boltz actually saves his teammate down inside of the pit there. So early frags coming out from KEYD here, and that will leave Roca and XP3 to run away and just hide out in the B site as KEYD gets that bomb down once again. They'll pick up this round as well with good entry frags into that A site. And they will take a 3-2 lead here once this round is over.
It's going to be very important for Elevate to hold on to these guns. They're going to be straight up broke if they were happen to lose these. You do have Fallen pushing up Banana right now, trying to find them. ZQK coming through CT spawn. It looks like he'll be making his way over there. The rest were kind of hunting out in the apartments looking for T-spawn, not quite finding them. Fallen, though, has got his way in here to the site. I don't know if Roca's going to peek or budge at all. He looks like he will find XP3 through the crack of the spools. Roca, though, wants to avenge his teammate because that's generally what you do in that situation, but he knows he needs to hold out that gun. It was probably hard to actually get his brain to turn off and just stay sitting there hidden.
Yeah. 3-2 now. KEYD is leading it, and they have a good potential to take this round as well and go up 4-2. So a nice T-side start from them so far, but the question is, can they keep it rolling? So far, it looks like they should be taking 4-2 lead here, but They have 3 players coming in towards Banana here, but still spread out in general from them. One over towards the apartment side, a couple just sitting around inside of the mid here, so no definitive push yet coming from them, but nonetheless, they do have 3 towards the B, so we'll see what they work with it. Roca, the only player from Elevate really with much of anything to work with on this round. He did keep that AK. And he'll have some armor as well as a few nades, but the rest of the team really just working with some upgraded pistols. And we should be seeing a B push come in from KEYD here as they're lined up over on the side, though they do have that AK, Elevate does, in the hands of Roca, and he's playing on that B side, which may be able to hold off at least some of KEYD on this push. That's good news for Elevate. They have the AK over where they're going to be pushing, but still they're going to have a firestorm of 5 players with rifles pushing into them here in just a second. 35 left.
And actual fire in that firestorm. They do have a Molotov prep to go over once again to the oranges. And there it goes, lands. Oh, it explodes in the air. It doesn't quite work, so Roca's able to sit there, and maybe they're going to expect it to have been cleared. No, boltz knows better. He knows it wasn't cleared out. He goes to check it, although Roca was still able to get 1. Now 3 people back there in construction jumping over the spools is maybe not the idea that would have been the best. And Storm and everyone back there able to hold on to that A site. Storm living with 2 HP, and Elevate will get another round, but KEYD again, far from broken. They could buy up here, lose this, and probably buy up still again. They've done a pretty good job so far on this T side. Well, actually, we got 2 players that are quite poor. They'd be in an interesting situation if they are to lose this round. And now we finally have Elevate out to full strength, right? They've even got 3 AKs on the CT side, which is terrifying. 1 M4A4, and Professor Chaos, man, he is a crazy opper, known for his T side aggressive opping, but he will take it out here on Inferno, holding down Arch side with it.
Yeah, Professor Chaos can be an absolute monster. I saw him earlier this season in CEVO pull off just a ridiculous 1v4 clutch on D2. Of course, we are on Inferno here, but that just kind of goes to show what this guy can do with it. He misses that first shot there, just as I say it. Actually, I don't think anybody was there. Just taking a spam, but he comes right back with 1 on the boltz, getting a second as well on the Fallen before Fur exchanges on the frag, but he did get 2. Storm playing inside of the pit, steals up there in the apartments, but he mollies him off, and he'll force him back. ZQK comes through with 1 onto Akis there. Storm will get ZQK, and now it is Fur and Steel trying to go 2v3 against the players from Elevate. Fur popping up there, gets a jump shot on the Storm. Now 2 versus 2. Can he grab a second here? Playing these crouch peeks, gets XP3. Roca's still over on that arch side, and Steel comes through to come in and grab Roca to give KEYD another round here, going up 4-3.
Yeah, Fur or Fernando for KEYD Stars really is that explosive player to watch out for. He's got, you know, the most kills, the highest ADR throughout the league of, I guess, ESL, ESEA in that case. I think that's the only one they're in right now. But of course, I mean, what a player to watch out for, and you can see it there. He almost got all 3 of those himself. Maybe a bit of luck. He had a kind of a falling / jumping AK shot there to the guy in pit, but he was low, and he had mollied him out and hit him pretty low on the crossfire, so he deserved the kill regardless. And now we've got Elevate on an eco round. They peek out for some information down Banana. boltz sends him packing. Fallen gets an MP7 kill there onto a Akis. And now it's 5-on-2, just like that. KEYD looked to be taking 5 rounds. And I mean, this is the first team that we've seen, because we saw a lot of Inferno, right? And it's KEYD that looks truly prepared for a T-side on this map.
Yeah, throughout the day today, it has definitely been not too hot on those T-side Infernos. As you said, KEYD definitely showing they've come prepared. Storm over on that construction side gets taken out by Fallen. Professor Chaos with 8 health is going to be killed here shortly, I would assume. So that will be another round over to KEYD here. 5-3 on this T side. They are looking solid so far, and you know, with it being such a CT-sided map, KEYD is certainly putting the pressure on early here. Already grabbing 5 rounds, which is doing a lot of work, and we're still only 8 rounds into this half. So more work to be done by them, I would assume, and we will be seeing kind of a gun round here. Professor Chaos is going to be up on a shotgun, but the rest of Elevate does have M4s and FAMAS as well, so we'll see if they can get themselves back in it here. 5-3, though, for KEYD.
Yeah, the shotguns, though, in CSGO are quite powerful, and not to mention they give you the 900 per kill. Professor
Roca
K
getting roasted.
yeah,
Oh
he
my
is getting
goodness.
roasted. Where was that even? Number
Over
3.
Banana.
Oh yeah, he was in the sandbags area. Had to pull back. He will be taken down, though still able to find one on such low HP, so that was pretty good. XP3 now shuts it down. He'll bring down ZQK. 4-on-3. Terrorists are going to be storming their way into the bomb site. Another incendiary to go out from Storm, trying to slow their progress, but I think they have burst their way into the site. boltz once again finding some entries here, but still 2-on-3. Bomb is down at the front of the site. It'll be hard to get. You've got Akis coming around now through CT spawn. Let's see if Fallen will catch him off guard being at this tree. He will, and he does hit the shot. Almost enough time to respond there, but not quite. Fallen gets out relatively unscathed. Storm now still pushing around in construction, and this is where it gets a little awkward, right? Like, yeah, the shotgun can work in its certain position if people run into you, but then with the shotgun, if you're forced to rotate, it becomes a pretty crappy situation, but maybe you won't have to do anything. Storm here finds one, and now it is just Fallen, lurking around with about 60 HP.
Storm inside of that construction. He has his teammate coming up from Banana. Goes for a fake plant here, maybe drawing out Storm. He's coming around the corner, but Storm gets the better of him there with the M4. So Elevate getting around back for themselves. We just keep leapfrogging on these rounds here.
This is crazy.
5-4 it is for KEYD.
And let's see, how many people did they keep alive? Only 2, so that's still a pretty costly round. You see Elevate having to rebuy with players only at like 4K, and that's not enough to fuel a proper CT side. So the rocky back and forth nature is always going to favor the T side just because their guns are so much cheaper. But look at this, man. Coming into a full-on rifle round, we'll see ZQK. He is their primary opper. We'll see how much he can do with this, using it on the T side, which is somewhat uncommon on Inferno.
Maybe he can work a little bit of magic. We'll see. He's looking into that mid. It's mollied off right now, but most of their players towards this A side. The mid's going to get smoked off too, so they're now starting to work their way into the apartments. boltz is just lurking around towards Banana, and the rest of KEYD is in over towards A. So Storm playing up on the balcony. Maybe he will be able to catch one. Roca actually gets boltz, who is down at Banana, so an early pick here for Elevate that will go up one player. 5v4. Looks like KEYD is getting ready for this A push, though. Steel inside of the apartments, and the rest are coming. I thought towards mid. Oh, goodness.
They hit him.
Getting legged or wall shot there inside a pit. He's knocked down to 12 health here. Professor Chaos maybe having some trouble as well in towards this arch side. They're going to be coming this way. It's smoked off, but I think they're starting to push in through the smoke. Gets his pop flash out. Let's see what he can do with it. Gets a very good flash out, picking up 2 with the M4. Great pop flash from Professor Chaos. And now it's going to be ZQK and Steel left alive in a 2 versus 5 here. And ZQK gets taken out, though, by Storm. Steel gets 1 inside of the apartments, but Akis is there. He actually finished him off after the round was over with a molly. But regardless, Elevate picks up the round. We're looking at 5-5.
Yeah, maybe just a little unlucky. KEYD Stars, I guess they had given up the initial death kind of early on, but they had a really cool strat where they just smoked off the truck side and then went to boost over it to get that pit player. But they just get unfortunate that they didn't actually land the kill. And that player back there at 12 HP, I think they finally got Akis with that Molotov at the very end. Elevate, though, they string 2 together, and that's enough to put KEYD finally onto a full eco round. They got P250s, 3 Tech 9s, Smoke Flash on Fallen and boltz. Let's see what they can do as they go up through these apartments once more.
Let's not forget what happened last time KEYD was on an eco, though. Second round, they came out, though this time they may be getting put into the blender inside of the apartments. Akis able to find 1. Storm picking up 2, so this is getting shut down quick and easy, but boltz able to come back with 1 onto Akis at least, as he was inside of Graveyard. And Professor Chaos and Storm team up to finish off the round there. Elevate now taking a lead 6-5, and we'll see KEYD Stars with enough money to buy up on rifles this round. Mostly AKs across the board, just 1 Galil out.
Yeah, just because he went for the op in that previous rifle round. He's a little poorer than his comrades, so he'll go for that Galil. Still all right. We see Storm with 12 kills, though. He's really turned it on so far. He's been big on those B holds.
Yeah,
see
he's
what
12
Professor
and 5.
Chaos can do with his op once more. Taking it out towards the middle. KEYD Stars kind of fan across the map. They got 1 in the apartments, 1 way back alternate. Actually, the kind of geared towards alternate, so these 2 players at B might turn into to a fake. Let's see if they can't get that banana control. Looks like they have. They're going to get XP3 nice and low. They don't take much damage in return. And peeking fast. Oh, not quite fast enough. He gets him through the wagon. 5 HP onto XP3. Oh, but Roca peeks out, and he will find 2. Gets both ZQK and boltz, and that shuts down the fake. So now Elevate can kind of only wonder, we haven't seen anybody else. It's got to be towards A, and I think KEYD realized that, so now they're going to try to throw the fake right back at him, and now coming from A over to B. They do have that information that XP3 is low, and as a result, you can see that he moves back. He'll be that CT spawn player, and it'll be Roca to stand up in the site.
They're getting ready for the B push. As the flashes come over, KEYD getting themselves in here. XP3 getting a molly on that cross, and now he rotates himself over to construction. Roca was unable to find Fallen there. XP3 came back with one on to steal, but KEYD getting themselves into the site. They'll get the bomb down as well, but they are down a player. As it is 2 versus 3, Fur and Fallen need to try.
Fallen
and
pushes
hold
through.
3. Oh, he's just going through the smoke. Questionable play. Akis was able to find him, and now Fur's got to go 1 versus 3 against these 3 remaining players of Elevate. As he's playing back towards Dark, does see Professor Chaos. Will pick him on a 1 there, but Akis will not let him get 2. And that is Elevate finding another round here, making it 7-5. And I don't know, what do you think about pushing him through the smoke like that?
No, that was a good play. You're the team that has planted the bomb. You're a man down. Like, you can't really expect to hold on to the site 2v3 unless Elevate comes in and is a little sloppy clearing stuff and makes a mistake. So they try to push out. They try to be the aggressors. Everyone would think completely the opposite if you pushed through the smoke and sprayed all 3 of them. So it's the right play. It's just unfortunate it didn't work. And I mean, let's be honest, you shouldn't win that anyway as the T side. Had he pushed through, it would have been a sick play, and they would have had it. But here we are, more rifles once more. Some more Galils coming out as KEYD have now lost 4 in a row. They're starting to accrue that bonus. They'll have max bonus if they lose here. And Elevate, I think, with that rocky start, they would be happy if they could close out the first half 10-5.
Yep, they certainly can do it if they pick this round up, as though KEYD does have that max losing bonus if they lose. So 7-5 it is, and they're spread out for the time being. ZQK is gearing up a bit towards this banana side, but they've really just been playing slow, and looks like he'll get ready to maybe smoke something off. He looked like he wanted to, but he's going to back himself off. boltz is with him, as they've kind of been doing towards, they get themselves up into banana here early, and the smokes will be going off. So we should see something towards the B side for KEYD here. Possibly they have everybody there except for just boltz, or excuse me, not boltz. We do have one that's kind of in towards that A side. Yep, they got the mollies out. Now actually he's going to force Roca out into the open here. Should be able to find boltz. He does to get things started, and he was kind of the guy to just get himself in there. Akis is going to find one, but the bomb has come all the way back around to the A site, but they still have Storm in there, but he whips on the shot. Fallen was able to find one, and CQK as well. It should have been kind of an easy hold there for Elevate, but they whipped on the shots now, making it 3 versus 3 with a bomb down. Professor Chaos can't land that shot
anymore.
onto yeah, really, with ZQK inside of the site, he couldn't find that shot onto him. So Fur finding yet another one onto Roca, and it's Professor Chaos and XP3 that have to try and get themselves back in here. Professor Chaos goes down, and XP3 can't find Fur inside of the pit either, so Elevate is going to lose that round. KEYD throwing a decent fake there, though.
Yeah,
Elevate kind of whiffing on those shots, and that will be 7-6.
Yeah, KEYD have been in there in banana. That's how they won the eco round, right? With those Molotovs on the pistol round, coming into that site, taking B, winning it. They've done a few rifle rounds, win and lose over there using that B strategy, similar to what we saw. But this time, you can only really get away with it so much because you know where those mollies are going to land, you know where their smokes are going to go, et cetera, et cetera. But this time they just throw it. They push in one guy, I think, maybe even just maybe 2, and they rotated everybody there. There was a one guy at A. He was brought down. KEYD was able to plant, get into the pit by the time the players were coming back from B, and that's just such a disadvantaged position for the CTs. It was easy cleanup on the round for KEYD and well executed. And here we are into another one. We've got Roca with that XM1014, the auto cannon, the noob cannon. Although, I mean, it really is such a good gun. I just love to call it by that name.
He can do some damage, man, and we'll see if he has the opportunity to do so. I think he will, as the players are on this B side for KEYD, and Steel had gone down already on this round. So that does give Elevate that one player advantage. Roca playing close. He's ready for them when they come B here. They have the remaining 4 players of KEYD ready to come storming into the site. We'll see if Roca can do some work with this. He's getting the shots off.
Oh,
Couldn't
no.
find a frag though. boltz easily takes care of him. Didn't even really get much damage out. Only knocked boltz down to 72 health. So KEYD has got themselves into the B site now. XP3 is smoked off over on this construction site. He's gonna get almost got called out as well. Oh yes,
Fall
he does
gets a
fall.
ball.
My goodness, Fallen finding 2 there onto Professor Chaos and XP3. Akis, the last man alive. Fur will eat him up as well, and KEYD coming back with a couple of rounds of their own. Now make it a 7-7 half here. Both these teams fighting for the lead at the half on this round.
Well, Roca wants a second shot at that round. He was posted up on the
Yeah.
front lines with that shotgun, and yes, I mean it shoots less pellets than the other shotguns, but it also shoots very, very fast, and as a result has more recoil. It's not super hard to control, but it seemed like the bullets were literally just outlining the enemies as they ran in. He missed everything, and then you had a player, unfortunately for Elevate, spamming through that smoke, ran out of bullets. Fallen went to go peek him because he figured he was going to catch him on reload, and even though there were 2 people there, one was actually waiting for the guy to push while that FAMAS was being reloaded, but Fallen just kills them both, and at that point the round was over, and KEYD have really shown us how terrifying they are with their B executes. And then since they're so terrifying, when you see the signs of the execution, you gotta rotate people over, and that allows them, like a couple rounds ago, to then throw the fake out to A. And it looks like here they are in a very good position going up against a broken buy for Elevate, since it is the buy to win scenario, last round of the half. 7-7, looks like it will be 8-7. Storm the only man up right now. He's that top fragger for the team, but 1v5 with the 5-7 is a little too much to ask.
Yeah, I think, to say the least, a little too much to ask, and I think ZQK might have a sense that he's in there. Takes him down with the Tech 9. 8-7 it is for KEYD on the half, and I don't know, man, that was a stellar T-side
Some
coming out.
proper terrorism right there.
Yes, very, very proper terrorism coming out from KEYD, and you know, we'll see if their CT side is as good as their T side was there, or if Elevate can come out with a really good T side here. But I mean, it's going to be tough for Elevate to claw back into this one, certainly, though very possible to do so. It's just going to be a long road ahead of them. We'll see. Could start it off well with a nice pistol round, though, maybe. Would be important. Get themselves back into the board, take the lead even. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Would you suspect that KEYD's CT side is as good as their T side was there, or is it kind of one or the other?
I mean, they should be fine on CT side. If they've got that many strats kind of sort of formulated for their T side, and the Terra side is where you've got to be online hitting your shots right away, and it's the CT side that's generally a little more relaxed. Like, you just got to wait for people to come to you and then hit your shot. It becomes an aim battle, and I think they are very warmed up there from the first half. I would expect to see some creative play from them here. But then again, not completely surprised if Elevate were to get quite a few rounds on T side either. But with the 8-7 half, the way KEYD played, I fully expect them to take this map pick. It was also their pick, Inferno.
You're certainly
and
ready
Elevate
for
with
it.
the stand-in. It's kind of that's a rough spot. Although I saw some people in chat saying maybe he's not a stand-in, but you can never really trust chat. But of course, some other people were saying to me they didn't know if it was a replacement or a stand-in or what. Find it hard to believe that Rush isn't here. And
yeah, I don't know. If he isn't here for some reason and still on the roster, you'd suspect that it's definitely something important as to why he isn't here. This is a pretty big tournament for these guys to be playing in, so we'll see if Elevate can come up big here on their T side, and they're getting entrance towards that arch side of the mid, though. Fur finds one through the smoke. It's going to be XP3 pushing him. Can he get it reloaded in time? He cannot. XP3 will take him out there, so that will be now 4 versus 3. Actually, a Storm finds boltz, and Roca's going to be wrapping into the site to take out ZQK, and this should be an Elevate round here. It's just Steel left alive as he tries to come back in through this arch side. Bomb goes down, and he's looking at 1 versus 4 here. Could find Professor Chaos, maybe. Got some good shots into him. He's going to hunt him down, but gets a nice strafe around the corner to keep himself alive, so I think this should be all Elevate right here. Can't even find this shot onto XP3 down inside of the pit, so big pistol round coming out from Elevate here, now tying it up at 8-8.
Yeah, that's big, that they can get that pistol round though tied up just right off of that. And of course, if they survive the anti-ecos, they will be able to have that lead getting into the rifle rounds, which will be great for their T-side. But I just wonder how much they really do have prepared on this map for the T-side. And if KEYD have anything, any cheesy strats coming out for their force up here, CZs, 5.7s, a couple of P250s and armor. Looks like they'll stack 3 towards Arch side, kind of into the Nook, and 2 out somewhat aggressive towards B. So trying to play those close angles and just catch those terrorists off guard. But looks like the bulk of the aggression's coming at B. It'll be up to Steel. Can he get more there? Oh, beautiful! Oh. They see the further guy first, so Steel's able to take off the head of Roca. And they both fall back. And another one! That went through the smoke. Fallen taking off the head of Chaos. Uh-oh. Are they going to get back-to-back ecos?
Like looking like it's so far.
First half, second round, and the second round is what I mean by that. But that would be crazy.
It's looking good for him here so far. Elevate's got to figure out something to do with this. I mean, it's now 3 versus 5. I mean, even despite them having better weapons, it's still a rough situation when you're 2 guys down and they're coming through apartments. Fur may be able to, yeah, he may be able to find yet another one onto these guys then, or at least one.
Yeah, they're being
coming. Oh, they have a feeling of it. Fernando finding 2 with that CZ, taking out Storm and Akis, and now it's just XP3 on top of the balcony, and he will get taken out by ZQK. So another second round eco win from KEYD Stars, and they will take the lead 9-8.
Yeah, and it's crazy. They only lose 1 person, so that's going to be 4 people with, you know, proper rifles. And they actually brought some of the Galils over, so they don't really have to buy too much at all. They just spend up for the nades. I think 1 FAMAS and 1 MP7 was bought, and that was about it. Elevate, they have a chance. No, actually, they're really broke. Wow. They bought somewhat heavy on that last round, I guess. Generally, you'd see like a Tech 9 armor and try to bring it right back and force it the other way, because those upsets always hurt the CT side more. But no, Elevate will stay passive. They'll take the safer approach as they try to get up middle. Fernando, with that FAMAS, locking it down. boltz was there in the Nook as well. Didn't expect the double. And boltz comes out, finds 2 as well. The double. God, I shouldn't have said that. I want to go in and out so bad.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Don't say that, please. I'm already starving. We don't need to talk about in and out.
Also, we're both on the East Coast, so it's very far away.
Yeah, so it's just sadness that we can't even come close to it. Well, all right. I'm going to stop talking about that food because it's just making me starving now. I think there's a game of Counter-Strike going on, and it's 10-8.
It might be.
Yeah, maybe. I've heard rumors. 10-8 that KEYD Stars is winning right now after a big first half on their T side. They're over on CT, and, well, it looks like we're going to have a rifle round here of some sorts. A couple of Galils on both sides, and a couple of AKs coming through from Elevate as well. Akis spamming in through the smoke, got fallen down to 75 health here. And they're starting to get aggressive down here. Banana need to be careful. They're getting roasted in the molly as well. And Fallen was able to find Roca with that M4 to get another pick here. So it's 4-on-4 for the time being. Professor Chaos got aggressive, but Fernando took him down with that FAMAS, and he's going to molly it off as well, not allowing XP3 to get in. A pop flash comes from his teammate to allow him to get in towards that A site.
Yeah, that's a good play right there. That pop flash facilitates Fernando to get into the site and hold on to the site. Since they evened it up, you know, you got actually just 1 at B. You had a very quick rotation that Fallen is playing, and it actually stands them up a bit as they cross through that smoke. Oh, player in pit, though. He was up on the Spire, or there's some other more X-rated names for that, but he will be taken down. XP3 gets his entry as well, and now A site completely belonging to the terrorists. Fallen just trying to spam him up, and let's check out that CT money. One of them should save. If they get into a place where either Steel or Fallen dies, the other should just run away. Because if they save one, they'll have another full rifle round coming up in round 20 for KEYD. But go down Elevate for getting into that A site, getting the bomb down.
And Steel's just playing in the apartments here, got some shots off onto Storm. But he's going to throw a flash and back himself out of there, keep his Galil. Fallen's going to try and save his M4 as well, but Elevate's on the hunt right now, at least for Steel. They're searching him out here. May have to meet up with Storm in just a second, and he got the jump on him. So Steel goes down. Fallen did stay alive, kept the M4, and that is going to be yet a buy coming out of KEYD here. They're going to have M4s out as well as ZQK up on the AWP. So they're still in the lead as well, 10-9.
Yeah, and wow, the op coming out for ZQK. I know that KEYD does like to run a double op setup, mainly thanks to Dust's great write-up of the team over on the iBUYPOWER website. But so far, we haven't seen it yet here, at least on Inferno. Not really a map where you'd like to run double ops anyways. But here we go, ZQK now hitting the shots, and a beautiful one there. A quick peek from Roca, and it gets immediately shut down. 4-on-2. Storm and Professor Chaos alive with AK and Galil. And this will be tough for them.
And Storm's got Fernando playing right on this spot on the balcony outside of the apartment, so I don't even know if he can really get himself out there if he was planning on it. They don't have the bomb with them either, Elevate. They have it all the way back in the mid. I don't know if they're hunting for some frags here. Maybe Fernando finds Professor Chaos as he was trying to push that truck side. Flash coming out, but it's not going to blind Furs. He's just sitting up here, and another flash comes out. boltz is able to finish him anyway, and KEYD is going to take an 11-9 lead now, and it's still very tight here. Elevate can certainly do it, but it looks like they're going to have to save up on this round, and it should be another round to hop onto the scoreboard for KEYD. In theory.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect him to get upset by just... Well, maybe the Deagle from Roca can open something up for them. Also, Fallen goes right back. He falls back to the MP9. He's expecting pistols. Why not just go for it? Submachine gun so blatantly buffed up against just pistols. Especially when there's no armor. He will eat through them if they decide to peek or run through the smoke, but it looks like they won't. They'll run back to middle, right into the warm embrace of ZQK. Once again, man, another op shot onto Roca. It sucks to die to the same guy a couple rounds in a row, especially when they're an opper. Can get in your head.
Definitely irritating, and Elevate. Oh, there it is. XP3 got and 1D through the wall on Fernando. I don't know if he got him with the first or second shot there, but regardless, he finds the frag. So it's 4-on-4 right now, and still Elevate is heavily outgunned in this, but we should be seeing something towards this B site from them. XP3 is going to lead the charge with the Deagle here once again, seeing maybe if he can get that opening pick. He could on the Fallen, the bullet whizzing right by Fallen's head, and now he's going to come out with that SMG, but he can't see anything. The pop flash helped them, but Professor Chaos comes through with his Tech 9, gets steal, but he's got 3 more to find here. Could find Fallen. He's missing the shots, though. He only has 8 health. Please, Professor Chaos, kill him. My goodness, he's been playing ring around the rosy here. He finally finishes him off and gets another shot off on a boltz as well, but ZQK is there to finish him off with the op, and that will be 12-9 for KEYD Stars.
Yeah, for the sake of those two players, nobody saw nothing right there. It was just another round for KEYD. That's all. 2 rounds in a row now. 4 of the last 5. But another rifle is what's going to go down here. Might see that op battle. I think they realize the op from ZQK is a problem, and looks like XP3 might be the one to have to step up and win this aim duel. I'll post up middle. And okay, both of them will miss.
That would have been big if they could have got ZQK right off the start, though. He's been getting so many picks with that op, really opening up the rounds for KEYD, and now he falls back. He'll be trying to play a close angle there to find players pushing him, but so far no frags yet on this round. Elevate leaning onto that B site. They're over at Banana, but now backing up just a hair. They're spread out, so maybe trying to find some sort of an opening pick here. The bomb in the hands of Akis is over towards Banana, but the 3 other players from Elevate are over on this mid side, and ZQK gets the better of XP3 there. XP3 was looking over at the arch side, but ZQK rotated himself around to the truck side of the mid, so that will be already 1 player down for Elevate. 5-on-4 with 40 seconds left in this round. Professor Chaos is going to pick up this up, try and get ZQK, and he got him that time, so now evening it up at 4-on-4. Fernando is going to be playing under this porch, though, but Professor Chaos knew it. He saw him over there, and he will take him down. So 4-on-3 as the push comes in from Elevate onto the site. Professor Chaos getting another one onto Fallen. That's 3 on the round for him, and really opening up that A site. And it's just Steel, 1 versus 4. He'll go back into the T-spawn to save this M4. And Elevate can give a big thanks to Professor Chaos for that round, as they will make it a 10-12 game now.
Yeah, he's generally, previously when he was on Nihilum, before the roster shuffles and whatnot, he was, you know, the T-side opera for the team, and he really shows us why, basically right there. Although, oddly enough, I believe it was Professor Chaos that picked up the op a couple times on CT side, and then you had XP3 here, who obviously was opping at the start of this round. He lost out to ZQK, but Professor Chaos picked it up and just gunned down 3 people just like that. Won them the round, and that'll get them closer within 2 right now. And well, what a back and forth game we've had all the way through. Coming down the home stretch now, it's 12-10. KEYD in the lead, and with that save of the gun by Steel, they will be able to make themselves another rifle round here. Actually, even having another op up on ZQK.
I mean, Professor Chaos gave that all back to XP3. Do you do that in that situation, or do you let the guy who's hot with it, like Professor Chaos, keep it, or I don't know? Does it not really matter?
I mean, if you really want to have a rigid like role defined that XP3 is the main opera, I think you just give it back to him. But I don't know. I think I can see merits to both. Like playing the momentum of Professor Chaos hitting the shots, but also sticking to your roles is how you're going to become probably a better team.
Regardless, they did give it back to XP3. We'll see what he can do with it. And there is one pushed up. That's ZQK at Banana. Almost had a good shot on Aegis there. They're just going to smoke it off. KEYD will at the bottom of Banana and fall back towards the site. ZQK is going to push or post up at that car spot with the op and see maybe if people will push through, but that's not going to be the case. Elevate is working into mid right now, and something towards the arch side will be coming. Steel's playing inside of that arch, but he has a sense that something's coming this way, and he's playing over there. XP3's just going to push him. Flash comes through and got a good flash on XP3 and was able to take him down here as he was leading the charge with the op in through arch. And Steel still playing inside of... Actually, he's inside a library here, but actually Elevate coming back with 3 frags now. Professor Chaos, Storm, and Roca all pick up 1, but Steel coming out of that library was able to get 1, and boltz was able to finish off Storm, and it's Roca now 1 versus 2. With 1 health, he might be able to get Steel here, and he does. He backstabbing him with that AK, so 1 versus 1.
Uh-oh, did he just run out of time? Yeah, he did.
Oh no, 5 seconds left. He's just got to find the frag, but boltz smart will not peek him, and he should be able to find that frag onto him at the end of the round as well, and that's some salt in the wound. 12-10. Now, 13-10 after they pick up that round. It is for KEYD.
We finally see a team that throws that one smoke that allows you to run into Arch, and they actually ran into Arch. We saw that a bunch of times in the previous series between Team Liquid and CLG, but they either would keep pushing through it, or there was miscommunication and someone smoked Arch as well and was really awkward. And while it almost worked for Elevate there, trying to get that smoke and get over to B on the wrap, it doesn't quite work out. And Roca died after time, man, which is so rough. But look at that, man, the Tech 9 spray down, and you've got some rifles in the mix here for Elevate. They are still being very forceful here and have actually bullied their way into B. It's unoccupied, just fallen here with the spam down. Now he's going to push into construction with this FAMAS, and the other 2 rotators coming up Banana right now. And Fallen, oh no, he needed to convert that kill, but Roca one-taps him. ZQK, though, from the boost on Lumber will bring down Roca. Will he check his sandbags? He will. He finds 2 just like that, so 2-on-2 now. HP about the same. Another smoke coming down. Good grenade. Oh, Steel just gives up the angle as XP3 peeks over with that FAMAS. Finds a headshot over spools, though Storm in the back, and Nubox was spamming. Brought down, and ZQKS will move in. 4K on the round, 3 on this retake, and he will win it for KEYD. 14-10, going to be your new score.
That is huge. 4K on the round for ZQK. Totally retook that site pretty much single-handedly. I mean, found the 2 frags over at Banana, got into site, found 2 more nonetheless, and that is huge for KEYD right there. That's going to put them up at 14-10. Puts Elevate on a round where they're, it looks like they're going to force buy here. XP3 is going to go on a Galil. Storm's going to pick up a Galil as well, and Tech 9's for the rest of the team. So they're forced to do something with it. Really, they're playing for the win, but I mean, KEYD is going to be, well, they've got 3 FAMASes and a shotgun as well as an AK over on the side of KEYD. So it's definitely a winnable round for Elevate here, but can they do it is the question. But right now they're sitting inside of the mid. Professor Chaos, actually Storm is going to start things off, able to find ZQK. So 5-on-4 right away here. boltz is inside of the apartments. Now over at Boiler is going to flash out here. Great pop flash coming out from boltz, but he was only able to find 1.
Flash went a little too far.
Was able to find boltz there in the end. So 4-on-3 it is in favor of Elevate. Fernando still playing inside of these apartments. Could find Storm here, but he'll get the jump onto him. And now 4-on-2 it is. Elevate trying to keep themselves in it here, not going down map point. And it's Steel now 1 versus 4. And he's going to push the issue in towards the site here. At least he's looking, but he's smoked off on both ends. So now he's just going to play over at the arch. Not really anything he can do with this one. Maybe just hunting down some exit frags for the round, but it will be 11-14 at the end of this one. KEYD still with that 3-round lead, and all they need is one more, and they will put themselves up at the map point. But can Steel hang on to this AK?
Going for the ninja. I don't think he's got enough time, but nah, definitely not for the ninja now. But maybe try to find one more frag. He'd like to save. Their team is broke. Even winning 2 in a row, they lost 4 people on each of those round wins, and that's just too much loss to sustain on a CT side. So Steel, yeah, gets one more kill. I mean, money's tight over there on the T side as well, so that kill will matter. But they've got an AK, and behind it, well, nothing. So they'll have to be very... I don't think anyone's going to buy a single thing this round. Okay, a 5-7. ZQK was slightly richer than all the other guys, and a P250, and Fallen with a flash. So very minimal here. They tried to save up. They might even have to save again for this.
Could be tight. We'll see if they can pull.
Unless they win, of course.
Yeah, well, see if they can pull some magic. Steel's going to get aggressive, though. Could find some. Finds one on the Storm over there in alt mid, and he's just going to fall back, give his team that early player advantage. Well played by Steel. And so they do have that player advantage. Certainly outgunned here in the weaponry department, but a couple of players from Elevate now working towards this B side. Fallen is the lone player of KEYD inside of the site. He's playing back at the spools. And Akis, I think, got a spot onto him, was only able to deal 15 damage out, but...
I think we're just trying to spam. Wallbang through the corner. Because they probably expect that they're not going to have helmets, so even that should have done a bit of damage.
Akis now might be able to get the jump on the Fallen there in the back. He saw him go back towards construction. Actually, I'm not sure if he did. Steel's going to come into the site and take out Roca, though finished off by XP3, and Akis is just going to molly off that construction side, but the bomb is going to go down. KEYD still with that 1-player advantage here. It's a 4-on-3 as they want to try and get back into the site, but it's still mollied off here. Professor Chaos getting aggressive, take down boltz. Couldn't find Fallen as well. Now 2 versus 3 as KEYD starts gets themselves back in. Fallen's going to find that FAMAS, getting some shots off onto XP3 down at Banana. Akis was able to find 2 with his AK, though. Can he get the 3rd with that? Well, with that Tech 9, XP3 is going to finish him off after Akis got a lot of damage out there. So 14-12 and a very tight one here. KEYD starts still with that couple-round lead, but yeah, they're going to have to go for the double save here. They don't really have any money to do anything with, so it's going to be a couple of P250s, a couple of CZs, and a 5-7 coming out from them.
Yeah, that's rough. KEYD, I mean, those rounds so costly. It shows how important it is to win a couple in a row, get your economy in a good state. Because you got the way it goes, 1 round to the T's, 2 to CT, 1, 2, 1, 2. Finally, the trend is broken, 2 in a row for Terrace, but it's because KEYD had the double save. You know, they couldn't keep that up. That's going to make it very close as we go down the home stretch. Might see more OT today as Akis trying to just spam up on that corner, forces the player out of that close right spot, and the smokes now will go down. A couple smokes to just delay and buy some time here in that B site.
Steel got knocked down to 30 health. Fallen's playing tight on that corner over on the B site, and Professor Chaos is working himself. He was into mid a little bit, but he backs off. And XP3 is just spamming around over here at B, so not too much going on as of yet. 55 seconds left on this round. And I think we are going to see something over at B from Elevate here. All the players they had in mid are getting themselves back towards the B site. Steel's playing on top of the boxes, boosted here inside of the site. Fallen sees one, but he'll fall back into the site. And now the push is going to be coming in from Elevate here. Steel may be able to find one off guard. He did get XP3, but gets traded out by Roca here. boltz just spamming through the smoke with that 5-7, but Akis able to find one. And that is now 4 versus 3. Professor Chaos gets one. boltz was hiding back there. He got Roca, but Akis will exchange, and it's just ZQK. 1 versus 3. This will certainly be another round over to Elevate to put themselves within just 1 round of tying things up with KEYD here.
Yeah, so far KEYD's done a pretty good job, even on, you know, just the ego rounds. The last round was a bit better than this one, where they killed 3. Here they only killed 2, forcing, you know, a bit of rebuys. Like a couple players, Storm, XP3, and Roca actually don't have all that much money. They're in a position where they Well, actually, I guess they'll have to lose 2 in a row to go onto a save. So Elevate, with that, should actually fortify themselves only rifle rounds for the rest of the half, no matter what happens. So, KEYD, it's now their time to shine. They had a great T sign, but Elevate is putting together, you know, equally as good, if not better. I mean, at this point, we're dead even. This is how many rounds that were won on T side by KEYD.
Ooh, Fallen getting dinked there through the wall down to 44 health. He's rocking with the AWP this time instead of giving it to ZQK, and he's down to 44 health. So Elevate 3 players towards Banana, 2 over in the alt mid, and they're going to maybe work themselves. They're inside of the apartment, so Elevate trying to throw maybe a fake towards this B site, but Fallen is going to get Aegis right away as he peeked around the corner, but Roca's going to push the issue, knocked down to 20 health, couldn't find Steel there, and he gets taken down, this push getting picked apart by KEYD here. That Elevate was trying to throw at them, and it's just XP3 right now. 1 versus 5 gets taken down by ZQK, and that puts KEYD Stars at a map point right now, 15-13.
Yeah, and actually missed smoke last round. It's KEYD Stars that still have 2 more rounds won on T side, obviously, because if they were to even the rounds won on T side, would go to OT. So Elevate 2 off, and they'll have to match that if they want to keep their hopes alive here on map number 1, Inferno. Will we see more OT today? We had a 4-round OT on Overpass. Nearly had another one on Inferno in the first series, CLG Team Liquid, but here we are. KEYD Stars were looking good on that last round. And here we go. The signature double op setup. Fallen and ZQK. It was Fallen with the op at B last round that started things off. Nearly gets one, even though he was blind there.
Just a hair of a second off on that one from finding a frag. But very important round on both ends of the spectrum here. Elevate needs this to keep themselves alive on this map. And KEYD can close it out right here if they win this round. And once again, they have 3 towards the Banana and 2 kind of in towards the mid, but it looks like it'll definitely be something towards this B side from Elevate. They have 4 guys there. The 5th is about to join them in just a second. Professor Chaos bringing up the rear, and a flash is going out now. Elevate getting ready for their push. Fallen finds one to start things off. Going for a second, misses on that shot though. Gets a second frag though. Onto Storm, getting a third yet. Fallen does. Can he find the 4th? Can't, but Steel gets one regardless. And missing another shot there is Fallen, but Steel's going to come to his aid. Fallen and Steel combine to just shut down that B site completely. 16-13. KEYD will take this first map.
Yeah, beautiful performance from KEYD. I mean, you can see why they picked it, right? Coming out on the T side, they had a lot of depth. Although, I mean, you can also say Elevate were very close. They won a lot of T side rounds as well. It just was not quite enough. They didn't have what it took to find the victory or force it into OT. And maybe, you know, they are dealing. Professor Chaos hasn't even been on the roster for that long either. So, you know, Elevate's still adjusting. And now you've got Aegis coming in for Rush on this map. So that's got to take its toll. And I got to say, I mean, Elevate, that's a pretty good performance, all things considered, right there. So Elevate and KEYD Stars, the best of 3 will continue. That was Inferno. KEYD's pick. If you couldn't have told, how do I even conjugate that? I don't know. If you couldn't tell, yeah, whatever. We'll move past that. Elevate, though, they picked Train. And this will actually be the second time today that we've seen Train. It was a great performance by Liquid earlier. They completely shut out CLG on this map, and now we get to see it again. And KEYD versus Elevate. That third randomed map, if it does go the full distance, will be Dust 2. I'm Helium with me, Gex, and we'll be back in just a little bit. So stay tuned for more iBUYPOWER Summer Invitational.